Hallo und herzlich
Welcome to our How to Do video series for nexy, the wireless sensor network solution. My name is Jens Lindemeyer from Steute Technologies. Today's video is about the setup and configuration of new sensors and actors, and once again I will be demonstrating how this works on my computer. To acquire an overview of all sensors and actors, we need to log into the Sensor Bridge interface and then click on the tab Sensors and Actors. The Overview Sensors and Actors lists all sensors and actors integrated in the system, as well as individual parameters such as the sensor type, then the ID, that is the unique device ID of the sensor. We can also see the battery level, the current state, as well as whether an event is a switching event or a wake-up. There are a number of additional parameters which can be modified to allow the selection of different settings. Let us now look at these parameters in more detail. Before we do so, I would first like to add an additional switch. To do this, I simply have to activate the switch. The switch then transmits its first signal and appears automatically in the standard or default group. In order to be able to work with the system and actively operate our actors, I assign the sensors to a group, for example the one we created called Line 1 eCanban. When the sensor is next activated, it receives the updated information and now knows that it belongs to the group Line 1 eCanban. The actor is assigned to this group and works actively within this group. I have the possibility to assign parameters to 3 different fields for identification purposes. As an example, I will write here material number and confirm. Now this information is assigned to this field. For later signal transmission, these fields can be very important, because a superordinate system will receive information precisely as it is provided here. This overview also gives me the possibility to manage my sensors. This means that if I have a lot of sensors, I can assign them to different groups. I can also use the search function to search for individual sensors. For example, if I am looking for the sensor with a device ID 005E35. Then I can simply filter for the last 3 digits, in this case E35, and all other sensors are hidden from view. In the same way, I could of course look for sensors in a group. I will now take the filter away. On the left hand side I have a little drop-down menu which allows me to call up various other functions. Here at least one sensor must be selected for the menu to work. This one is marked here. I open the drop-down menu and here I have various multi-select functions, such as edit. For one sensor that does not make much sense, but if a number of sensors need editing at the same time, for example to assign to a new group, then this is a very flexible option. I can open the menu, enter the group, and all selected sensors now automatically belong to that group. Or I can change or reset the field's position description, parameter 1, parameter 2 and so on. By clicking on Confirm, the changes are then implemented. Here nothing has changed because the same group was previously also selected. Other interesting functions include a request of the software version. I select a switch, click on Request Software Version, and now the sensor on its next actuation will transmit its current software version. This is easy to check by clicking on this button here, or this one, or this one. It allows me to change from the tab Position Description to, for example, the tab Software Version. The system has not yet received the information. First, I must activate the sensor, and then it will notify the system of its software version. In the same way, I could also update the software version of individual sensors by clicking on the button Initiate Update. This update function is especially interesting for a larger number of sensors because I can select all the sensors within the system, initiate the update, and the system then manages autonomously when to update which sensor. This in turn enables me to initiate an update during active operations. I can also delete selected sensors from my system. I shall just do this here and then confirm my entry. And already the sensor is deleted from the system. After a preset interval, this sensor would send its wake-up signal and then automatically reappear in the default group. These were all the basic functions of the overview, sensors and actors. In the next video, we will be looking at interfaces or connections to superordinate systems and how the sensor data are transferred to these superordinate systems.
Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen.
Thank you for watching. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us directly. Otherwise, until the next video, and see you then.